Like, comment, subscribe, and tap that bell so you be notified when the next video drops, and follow me on other social platforms. Alright, fuck the intro, let's get into the video. In the month of December, a lot went down in the gaming industry. GTA 6 got revealed. The Game Awards announced plenty of games and had people upset that their friendly neighborhood Spider-Man didn't win any awards. We had leaks on top of leaks, and the holiday spirit was within everyone. Over the holidays, I had the chance to play many different games. A few was on my backlog and some I missed out on. But one game I had to check out was Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Now, this one flew under the radar for a lot of people, so before I get into this review, I haven't watched much of the Avatar movies, so I went into this game blind and not knowing much about the story or what it is about. But the reason you clicked on this video is because you want to know, is it worth it? The story to this game takes place between the first and second Avatar movies. You're taken from your tribe as a kid and raised by the RDA. Then apparently, at the time of the uprising of the first movie, you're put into this cryogenic pod and is put to sleep. 8 years later, you're freed by the Na'vi and having to reconnect to your roots while fighting off the RDA. When it comes to the gameplay, it's very like Far Cry with a hint of Horizon Forbidden West. You get to create your character, but it's nothing too deep, and the map size for this game is pretty decent. Throughout the map, there's wildlife, Na'vi, and military you'll run into. You'll be going around the map taking out outposts, collecting skill points, unlocking new skills, and upgrading your health for your Na'vi. Plant life in here can either be good for you or it can be bad for you, but it also could be useful against enemies. I never had the chance to use it against enemies or anything like that. You have a stamina bar in here for when you run. It also is used for regenerating health or for when you fast travel, so keeping your energy up in here is important. You keep your energy up by eating fruits, rations, or cooked meals. Speaking of fast travel, alongside with you is your Icaron. Your Icaron is there to help you with air combat as well as get you through Pandora. You're able to mount 2 creatures, but the second mount is only temporary. The side content in here can be tedious. Of course, you have your outposts you have to take down and a bunch of things you have to collect all over the map. Doing side missions doesn't exactly grant you XP. It gives you something called clan favor. Clan favors are used for when you want new weapons, gear, or mods for your Na'vi. It's kind of like the currency for the Na'vi clans in a way. Fighting off the RDA and making donations to the clans are a few ways of you gaining clan favors. Since there are no levels for your Na'vi or XP to gain, you'll only have to worry about your gear level and which rarity your gear is. Your choice of weapons contain mainly bows with an assault rifle and a shotgun. When going against the RDA, it's best to go with stealth first to pick off your enemies. When engaged in full-blown combat, enemies will try to flank you and you'll be up against mechs, which can be overwhelming. You can get the drop on enemies by using your Na'vi senses. You'll be using your Na'vi senses a lot, just like Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision, to see your objective, tracking sense, and scanning the environment of Pandora to learn more about it. When it comes to your skills, you have an ancestor skill tree that grants you new abilities, and the other 5 skill trees as different playstyles, but mostly they're just buffs and add more effectiveness to your weapons. At the time of this review, I still haven't beat this game. Usually I beat my games before I drop a review on them, but this game I just didn't feel like it was worth my time to beat it. Now first, yes, there's bugs in this game. It's not a Ubisoft game without them being in the game. There are a couple bugs that I ran into during my playthrough. For example,
with more Dapafed pods.
Yeah, bro, fuck this game. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck I respond back after I just died? And y'all niggas already calling reinforcements. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this game? Bruh, what? Oh no, he glitched up here. What the fuck was that?
Need to call.
Oh wow. I felt like, what the fuck? How did I die later on?
what was really throwing me through a loop as I was playing the game is that the average Na'vi height is 9 to 10 feet, and they will have you crouching at certain parts into like small trenches, which didn't make sense to me, but hey, this is a game. But I just thought that was funny. If I could give feedback to the developers, it would be that they should have at least allowed you to use mech suits. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they use them in the first movie? I also would have liked them to give it an ability to tame other wildlife or bigger creatures and use them against the RDA. I thought having two types of mounts is cool, but having a temporary one was weak to me. Only because sometimes I didn't need my Icaron to fly everywhere. It was annoying just having to look for a horse every time I didn't want to run. Speaking of running, when you fast travel, you use 20% of your stamina bar. I wasn't a fan of that. The fact that they made free fast travel a skill was a waste of skill. Just make fast travel the way it's supposed to be. Like, come on. What was confusing about the story though is how many years the story takes place, because I heard different time periods. One was 8, another 16, and then in one of the trailers before the game dropped, they said 15 years have passed.
When you awaken 15 years later, you are a stranger in your birthplace.
The story was dull and didn't have any characters that stood out to me. I played 3 Ubisoft titles from last year and they were just average, or what the people say nowadays, mid. Maybe it's me not being a fan of the Avatar movies and just not really knowing much about it or what's going on, but I gave this game a try and it was exactly what I thought it would be. Ubisoft continues this streak from making another mid game. When it comes to the games based on movies, they never really do well. Only a few have. Let me remind you guys that this game was announced back in March of 2017. This was projected to be a PS4 title at first, but with delays and more delays, it eventually became a PS5 title. Now, the one question you always have by the end of my reviews, is it worth it? And as always, I leave it up to you. If you stayed to the end of this video, I appreciate it. I'll appreciate it if you check out my other content on my channel, subscribing, and hitting that bell notification. Also, hit the like button and comment down below if you played Avatar Frontiers of Pandora or seen any of the Avatar movies. This has been another Is It Worth It review from Mufasa Uncaged, and I'm out.